From the glitz and glamour of Hollywood to the depths of personal transformation, Denzel Washington's journey is nothing short of remarkable. We all know him as the powerhouse actor, the voice of authority, the man who commands the screen with a force that leaves an impact long after the credits roll. But what many may not know is that behind the roles, the accolades, and the limelight, Denzel is also a man on a quest for deeper meaning, a journey that has changed his life in ways that extend far beyond his film career. What struck me, and what I believe many people miss, is the way Denzel's journey mirrors a profound internal struggle and spiritual awakening. He's a man who's been through the highs and lows of fame, someone who has lived in the spotlight long enough to see the hollow void that often accompanies worldly success. But despite all that, Denzel never let it consume him. Instead, he sought something greater, something more enduring, something that would give him a sense of purpose that fame alone could not provide. It was in this search that Denzel found his faith, and it is this very faith that continues to shape his perspective on life today. What we often fail to realize, especially in an industry that thrives on instant gratification and shallow appearances, is the power of personal transformation. The truth is, we all go through it in one way or another. Life tests us, challenges us, and forces us to reckon with who we truly are. Denzel's journey wasn't about changing for the sake of others. It was about finding a deeper connection with something higher than himself. And in that search, he found a sense of peace and fulfillment that cannot be measured by box office receipts or critical reviews. When Denzel speaks of his faith, you hear a sense of conviction and understanding that you simply don't see in the superficial narratives often pushed by Hollywood. He doesn't just talk about Islam as a religion, but rather as a path to personal redemption, a means to align his heart and mind with a purpose far greater than fame or fortune. His embrace of Islam wasn't just a change in religious affiliation. It was a transformative experience that reshaped his world. Redefined his sense of responsibility and ultimately gave him a deeper sense of peace. Denzel's openness about his faith has made an impact that extends far beyond his films. For someone like me, who grew up in a world where the media often painted Islam in a narrow, often negative light, seeing someone like Denzel embrace Islam so openly and confidently was eye-opening. It shattered the stereotypes, forced me to look beyond the surface, and made me reconsider my own perceptions. It made me realize that personal transformation isn't just about changing your circumstances. It's about changing your heart, your mind, and your approach to life itself. Denzel's journey shows that it's never too late to change, to evolve, and to find a deeper connection with the divine. It's a reminder that transformation is not just about the external changes we make in our lives, but about the internal work we do to align ourselves with something higher. Denzel's journey from Hollywood to faith is a testament to the fact that no matter where we start, we all have the capacity for growth, for redemption, and for a higher purpose. In the end, it's not the success we accumulate or the fame we achieve that defines us. It's the internal journey, the transformation of the soul, that truly shapes our legacy. Denzel Washington's journey is proof that real change begins within, and that when we embrace that change, we become more than just the sum of our achievements. We become something greater, something that transcends the superficial and reaches into the heart of who we are meant to be. And for that, I will always be grateful for the example he has set for us all. The lesson here is clear. Transformation is possible no matter where you start, no matter how far you've come. Embrace it and let it lead you to the place where your heart can finally find peace. Denzel Washington's impact on the Muslim community is something that transcends his role as a Hollywood icon. When you think of Denzel, you think of power, strength, and wisdom, qualities that shine through not only in his performances, but in the way he lives his life. As an African-American man who has experienced the complex layers of identity, race, and faith in this country, Denzel's influence on the Muslim community is profound, and it goes far beyond his acting career. When he speaks about his journey, especially his conversion to Islam, he doesn't just do so from a position of celebrity. He does so from a place of authenticity, a place of deep conviction. His story resonates with many Muslims who see him not just as an actor, but as someone who shares their struggles and aspirations. Denzel's decision to embrace Islam has served as a beacon for many who may have faced skepticism or prejudice in their own lives. He reminds us that Islam is not confined to one race, one region, or one culture. It's a universal faith, one that transcends borders and backgrounds. For the Muslim community, particularly those living in the West, the idea of a prominent figure like Denzel Washington publicly embracing Islam is groundbreaking. It challenges the negative stereotypes that are often associated with the faith. In a world where Islam is frequently misrepresented and misunderstood, seeing someone as influential as Denzel speak openly about his faith has been a powerful statement. It has given Muslims, both young and old, the courage to live more authentically, to stand firm in their beliefs, and to be proud of their faith without fear of judgment or ridicule. Denzel's influence isn't just in the way he has inspired Muslims to be more vocal about their faith. It's also in the way he has redefined what it means to be a Muslim in the public eye. Hollywood, as we all know, has a way of pigeonholing people into certain roles, certain stereotypes. But Denzel defies those constraints. His success has demonstrated that one can be a person of deep faith, a Muslim, and still be a trailblazer in the entertainment industry. He hasn't let Hollywood's expectations dictate who he is or how he lives his life. Instead, he has carved out a space for himself where he can be true to his spiritual beliefs while still excelling in his career. This is especially significant because, for many Muslims, there has often been the struggle of reconciling one's faith with the pressures of living in a society that may not fully understand or accept it. Denzel has shown that it is possible to live a life of faith in a world that may not always be kind to that faith. His success has proven that you don't have to compromise your beliefs to achieve greatness, and this lesson resonates deeply within the Muslim community. It's a reminder that faith is not something to be hidden or minimized, but something to be celebrated and lived boldly. Moreover, Denzel's story has also sparked important conversations within the Muslim community itself. His journey has led to discussions about the importance of understanding Islam as a path to self-improvement, personal growth, and spiritual fulfillment. For many Muslims, especially those who may have struggled with their own faith, Denzel's openness has sparked a sense of inspiration to reconnect with their own spiritual journey. His personal transformation has illuminated the idea that Islam is not merely a set of rituals, but a way of life that encourages introspection, self-discipline, and constant striving toward personal and spiritual excellence. What makes Denzel's influence even more significant is his ability to reach beyond just the Muslim community. His story has touched people from all walks of life, individuals who may not even share his faith, but who see his journey as a testament to the power of faith, transformation, and resilience. In a world where divisions often seem to grow wider, Denzel's story is a bridge, uniting people across lines of faith, race, and culture. He has shown that we are all capable of change, capable of growth, and capable of becoming better versions of ourselves, no matter where we come from or what challenges we face. As someone who has lived through the complexities of being a public figure and balancing faith in the public eye, Denzel's influence is a reminder that no matter who we are or where we come from, we have the power to inspire others. His journey is proof that one person, no matter their background, can make a lasting difference by living authentically and being true to their values. For the Muslim community, Denzel Washington has not just been an actor or a celebrity. He has been a symbol of strength, resilience, and the transformative power of faith. Denzel's impact on the Muslim community continues to reverberate, and it serves as a powerful reminder that faith is not just a private matter. It's something that can inspire and uplift people from all walks of life, creating a ripple effect that goes far beyond what we could ever imagine. His example is a beacon of hope, showing us all the true power of transformation, faith, and the courage to be unapologetically ourselves. The intersection of faith and Hollywood is often a complex and challenging space to navigate, especially for someone like Denzel Washington, who has been at the forefront of the entertainment industry for decades. Hollywood, known for its focus on fame, wealth, and the pursuit of success, can sometimes be at odds with the values of faith, discipline, and spiritual growth. However, Denzel Washington has managed to not only survive in this space, but to thrive while maintaining a strong, unwavering connection to his faith. When you look at Denzel's career, you see someone who hasn't allowed the pressures of Hollywood to define him. He's an actor who has chosen roles that reflect strength, moral clarity, and integrity, qualities that resonate deeply with his personal beliefs. And as he has grown within the industry, his faith has only become more central to who he is, both as a person and a public figure. In a world that often elevates people based on their external achievements, Denzel's choice to ground his success in his faith is a powerful statement that stands in stark contrast to the often superficial nature of the entertainment industry. Hollywood, for all its brilliance, has long been criticized for promoting a culture that sometimes celebrates excess, materialism, and an unhealthy pursuit of fame. In such an environment, faith can often feel like an afterthought, or something that doesn't have a place in the glimmering world of showbiz. Yet, Denzel's decision to embrace Islam, a faith that calls for discipline, self-reflection, and an unyielding pursuit of righteousness, has allowed him to navigate this challenging terrain with grace and authenticity. His commitment to his beliefs has become a testament to the idea that it's possible to be successful in Hollywood without compromising one's values. For Denzel, the journey into Islam was not just a religious conversion. It was a personal awakening, a step toward aligning his professional life with his spiritual life. This intersection of faith and Hollywood is not one that many in the industry openly talk about. The pressures of maintaining a certain public image, of appeasing a wide array of audiences, can often lead people to compartmentalize their beliefs, hiding them in favor of a more palatable, marketable persona. But Denzel has refused to allow his faith to be sidelined. Instead, he has used his platform to speak openly about the importance of Islam in his life, and in doing so, has provided an example of how it's possible to live authentically in an environment that often encourages inauthenticity. What is truly remarkable is that Denzel has found a way to succeed in an industry that often values the outward display of success more than it values inner peace and integrity. Hollywood can be a place where appearances matter more than anything else, and where fame often comes at the cost of personal sacrifice. But Denzel has shown that it is possible to achieve great success without compromising your personal beliefs or your spiritual journey. His career has been a testament to the fact that true success is not measured by the number of awards or accolades you receive, but by the strength of your character and the authenticity with which you live your life. Denzel's intersection of faith and Hollywood is also evident in the roles he has chosen over the years. He has consistently portrayed characters who reflect moral courage, perseverance, and resilience. These qualities align closely with the teachings of Islam, which emphasize the importance of righteousness, patience, and the pursuit of justice. By choosing roles that reflect these values, Denzel has used his work as a means of reinforcing his faith, showing the world that it is possible to be both a successful actor and a person of strong moral and spiritual conviction. Moreover, Denzel's openness about his faith has helped to break down the barriers that often exist between Hollywood and religious communities. In an industry where personal beliefs are sometimes treated as irrelevant or even detrimental to one's career, Denzel has proven that it's possible to embrace faith fully and still succeed. His willingness to speak publicly about his journey with Islam has helped to normalize the presence of faith in the entertainment industry, providing a new perspective on what it means to be both a person of faith and a successful public figure. Through his actions and his words, Denzel has demonstrated that faith is not something to be hidden or compromised in order to succeed. In fact, it is the very foundation upon which his career and his life are built. His ability to navigate the often conflicting worlds of Hollywood and faith is a powerful reminder that success is not about compromising your values, but about finding a way to live authentically, regardless of the external pressures. Hollywood may be a place of fame and fortune, but it doesn't have to be a place where one's faith or integrity is sacrificed. Denzel Washington's journey stands as a testament to the idea that it is possible to be true to who you are, no matter what world you inhabit. In the end, Denzel's intersection of faith and Hollywood is a profound reminder that, no matter how high you rise in your career, the true measure of success lies in staying true to yourself and your beliefs. His story encourages us all to find that balance, to live authentically, and to pursue our goals with integrity, knowing that our faith and values can and should guide us through every challenge and triumph. Hollywood is often a place where stereotypes are formed and perpetuated. In an industry where images are everything, breaking through preconceived notions can be a daunting task. Yet, Denzel Washington has managed to break these stereotypes in ways that few others have. His journey is a perfect example of how someone can rise above the limitations imposed by society and the media, shattering the walls that often divide us. His life and career have done more than just challenge the status quo. They have helped build bridges of understanding, particularly between the Muslim community and the broader public. One of the most powerful ways in which Denzel has defied stereotypes is through his embrace of Islam. In Hollywood, where religion often takes a backseat to the pursuit of fame and fortune, Denzel's willingness to publicly acknowledge his faith has had a profound impact. At a time when Islam is frequently misrepresented and misunderstood in the media, Denzel has shown that being a person of faith, specifically a Muslim, does not fit into the narrow, one-dimensional stereotypes that are so often depicted. His decision to openly embrace Islam while navigating the complexities of a career in Hollywood has been a bold statement in itself. It shows that being a Muslim is not about being confined to a particular set of cultural or geographical boundaries. Instead, Islam, as Denzel has shown, is a universal faith that transcends race, nationality, and social class. Denzel's journey has also been a wake-up call for many who may have viewed Islam as a foreign concept, one that they could not relate to. Through his example, he has humanized Islam in a way that challenges the stereotypes commonly associated with it. For many people who had never considered Islam before, seeing someone as influential and respected as Denzel embrace the faith with such dignity and authenticity has forced them to reconsider their assumptions. It has allowed people to see the faith through a different lens, one that is rooted in personal growth, peace, and spiritual discipline. Beyond just his public embrace of Islam, Denzel has also managed to break through racial and cultural stereotypes. Hollywood has long been a place where racial boundaries are clearly drawn, and actors are often pigeonholed into roles that fit preconceived notions of their identity. Denzel, however, has spent his career challenging these expectations. From his roles as a lawyer in Philadelphia, to a corrupt cop in Training Day, to a leader in The Hurricane, Denzel has consistently chosen characters that defy the traditional roles assigned to African American actors. He has shown that people, no matter their race, are complex and multifaceted, and that they should not be confined to the boxes that society tries to put them in. The choice to break through these stereotypes is not just a reflection of Denzel's talent as an actor. It is also a reflection of his belief in the power of individuality and the importance of remaining true to oneself. Throughout his career, Denzel has consistently made choices that reflect a commitment to his own values and integrity, even when those choices went against the grain of the industry. This willingness to be different, to stand out, and to challenge the stereotypes that Hollywood often imposes has made him a role model for many. His career serves as a reminder that we are all more than the labels others place on us, and that we each have the power to define our own identities. Denzel's ability to break stereotypes is also evident in the way he has used his platform to speak out about issues of race, faith, and justice. In an industry that often prefers to avoid controversial topics, Denzel has never shied away from using his voice for positive change. Whether it's his advocacy for African American rights, his support for Muslim communities, or his commitment to encouraging young people to pursue education and self-discipline, Denzel has always used his position in Hollywood to address the most pressing issues of his time. His willingness to speak out against injustice, both in his roles and in his public life, has solidified his status as a powerful voice for those who have been marginalized or overlooked. Moreover, Denzel's actions in Hollywood have shown that it's not just enough to challenge stereotypes in front of the camera. He has also used his success to help open doors for others who may not have had the same opportunities. Through his work as a producer and director, Denzel has provided a platform for stories that break down barriers and offer a more nuanced understanding of the human experience. His work has consistently focused on giving voice to those whose stories have not been told, particularly African Americans and Muslims, in a way that highlights their humanity rather than reducing them to stereotypes. In all of this, Denzel has not just broken stereotypes. He has actively worked to build bridges. By choosing to be unapologetically himself, he has shown the world that faith, race, and identity are not things to be feared or misunderstood, but rather elements of the human experience that should be embraced and celebrated. His journey has reminded us all that, while our differences may be vast, our shared humanity is even greater. Through his actions, he has helped to bring people together, fostering a deeper understanding between communities that might otherwise have remained separated. In the end, Denzel Washington's legacy will not only be defined by his achievements in Hollywood, but by the bridges he has built, the stereotypes he has shattered, and the example he has set for all of us. His life reminds us that breaking down walls and building connections is not just possible. It's essential for creating a more understanding and united world. Faith and purpose have been integral to Denzel Washington's journey, guiding him through the highs and lows of his career and life. When you look at Denzel, you see a man who has experienced success on a level few will ever achieve, yet throughout it all, he remains grounded in something far greater than fame or accolades. For Denzel, the pursuit of faith has always been deeply intertwined with his sense of purpose in life. It is this unshakable foundation that has allowed him to navigate the challenges of both Hollywood and life itself with grace, strength, and integrity. From the moment he embraced Islam, Denzel's life took on a new dimension. Islam became more than just a religion to him. It became the compass that guided his decisions, his actions, and his sense of direction in life. His journey into faith was not one of simple conversion. It was a profound transformation, one that reshaped how he saw the world and his role in it. For someone who had achieved so much professionally, it could have been easy for Denzel to rest on his laurels, to focus solely on the next big project or award. But instead, he chose a different path. He chose to prioritize faith and purpose, believing that these two elements were far more important than the fleeting rewards of Hollywood. Denzel's decision to embrace Islam was not a reaction to external pressures, but rather a personal revelation that came from deep within. It was an acknowledgement that his life's purpose wasn't just to be an actor or a celebrity, but to be a person of integrity, someone who could inspire others through his actions and words. Faith became the foundation upon which his purpose in life was built, and in many ways, it's what has allowed him to maintain his strength and resilience in the face of adversity. For Denzel, faith isn't something to be compartmentalized or hidden away when it's convenient. It's something that permeates every aspect of his life. From the roles he chooses to the way he carries himself in public, his faith guides him. This connection between faith and purpose is something that's evident in his performances, which often tackle deep moral questions and explore themes of redemption, justice, and personal growth. It's clear that Denzel doesn't just take on roles for the sake of entertainment. He seeks out characters and stories that reflect his own values and beliefs. He understands the power of storytelling to influence minds and hearts, and he uses his platform to present characters who embody strength, conviction, and faith, qualities that are at the core of his own life's purpose. But Denzel's relationship with faith and purpose is not just about what he does on screen. It is also about how he lives his life off-screen. In a world that often celebrates the pursuit of material wealth and personal success, Denzel stands as a testament to the idea that true fulfillment comes from living a life of purpose, guided by faith. His commitment to his family, his dedication to helping others, and his willingness to speak openly about his beliefs all speak to a man who understands that his true purpose isn't to accumulate wealth or fame, but to use his platform and influence to make a positive impact on the world. One of the most striking things about Denzel's approach to faith and purpose is his unwavering belief in the importance of service. Throughout his life and career, he has consistently used his success to give back to others, whether through his work with youth programs, his support for educational initiatives, or his advocacy for social justice. Denzel has never been one to hoard his success for himself. Instead, he has always seen his achievements as a means to serve a higher purpose. For him, the true measure of success isn't how much you've gained, but how much you've given. This spirit of service is a natural extension of his faith, which emphasizes compassion, charity, and the importance of helping those in need. Denzel's sense of purpose also extends to the way he approaches his craft. As an actor, he has always been deeply intentional about the roles he takes on. Rather than pursuing roles for the sake of fame or financial gain, Denzel has sought out characters that challenge him, that force him to grow, and that allow him to convey messages of hope, redemption, and transformation. He has never been content with simply entertaining. He seeks to inspire, to make people think, and to offer perspectives that might otherwise be overlooked. This deep commitment to purpose in his craft reflects a man who understands that his work is more than just a job, it's a calling. One that he takes seriously and approaches with the utmost integrity. Through his life, Denzel has shown us that faith and purpose are not abstract concepts. They are the driving forces behind everything he does. They give his life meaning and direction, and they provide him with the strength to endure challenges and setbacks. In a world that often seems to value success above all else, Denzel's commitment to living a life of purpose reminds us that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our values and beliefs. His journey is proof that when you live with faith and purpose at the center of your life, everything else falls into place. In the end, Denzel Washington's life stands as a powerful example of how faith and purpose can transform not just a career, but a life. It shows us that no matter where we are or what challenges we face, we can always find direction and meaning by staying true to our values and living with intention. Through his example, we are reminded that the pursuit of purpose, guided by faith, is the most fulfilling journey we can take. Denzel Washington's ability to inspire others is not just confined to his roles on the big screen. His journey from Hollywood star to someone whose faith plays a central role in his life has served as a powerful example for countless individuals, particularly those in the Muslim community. Denzel has become a beacon of hope and inspiration, showing that it is possible to reconcile success with spirituality and to live a life of faith while navigating the complex challenges of public life. His story has shown many people, especially those who may feel isolated or misunderstood, that it's possible to live authentically without compromising your beliefs. What makes Denzel's impact so profound is the authenticity with which he lives his life. In an industry where so many people wear masks and present curated versions of themselves to the public, Denzel has remained refreshingly real. His faith is not a passing interest or something he brings up only when it's convenient. It is deeply woven into the fabric of his identity. By being open about his journey and his struggles, Denzel has created a space for people to see what it looks like to be both a successful public figure and someone who stays true to their faith and values. In doing so, he has shown others that they, too, can pursue their dreams and succeed while holding on to what truly matters to them. Denzel's influence extends far beyond his role in Hollywood. For many people, his decision to embrace Islam has served as a source of empowerment, particularly for young Muslims who may feel marginalized in a society that often misunderstands their faith. Denzel has shown that one doesn't need to hide their faith to succeed in a world that can sometimes be hostile to it. His choice to publicly embrace Islam and his continued commitment to living out the values of the faith has provided a model for others to follow. It has reminded Muslims that they don't have to choose between their faith and their ambitions, and that it is possible to live in harmony with both. What is equally inspiring is Denzel's ability to use his platform to challenge negative stereotypes and misconceptions about Islam. In a time when the media often portrays Islam in a one-dimensional and negative light, Denzel's visibility as a practicing Muslim in Hollywood has been a crucial counterpoint. He has shown that Islam is a religion of peace, discipline, and self-improvement. Values that resonate not only within the Muslim community, but with people of all faiths. His openness has helped to humanize Islam in a way that makes it more accessible and understandable to the wider public, breaking down the walls of misunderstanding that so often surround the faith. Denzel's impact is also deeply felt in the way he speaks about the importance of family, integrity, and service to others. These values, which are so central to his faith, have been a consistent theme throughout his career. He has used his platform to encourage others, particularly the younger generation, to live with purpose and to focus on what truly matters in life. He speaks candidly about the importance of education, discipline, and hard work, qualities that align closely with the teachings of Islam and that have helped him achieve success in his own life. Through his words and his example, Denzel has shown that living with integrity and prioritizing faith above all else can lead to a fulfilling and successful life, one that doesn't require compromising personal values or beliefs. Denzel's openness about his journey and his faith has also had a profound impact on those who may feel disconnected from their own spiritual path. For many, seeing someone like Denzel, someone who has reached the heights of success in one of the most demanding industries in the world, embrace Islam so fully has been a powerful reminder that faith is not a hindrance to success, but a source of strength. His story has inspired people to reconnect with their own faith, to deepen their understanding of Islam, and to view their spiritual journey as an integral part of who they are, not something to be hidden or compartmentalized. The impact of Denzel's journey goes beyond the Muslim community. It resonates with anyone who has struggled to reconcile their inner beliefs with the pressures of external success. His life has shown that it is possible to live authentically and to stay grounded in your values, even in a world that often seems to prioritize fame, wealth, and image. His commitment to faith and purpose has demonstrated that true success isn't measured by what you accomplish outwardly, but by the inner peace and fulfillment you experience when you align your actions with your values. What Denzel has accomplished is nothing short of extraordinary. Not only has he succeeded in Hollywood, but he has done so while remaining true to his faith, his family, and his personal values. His journey is proof that it's possible to find balance between worldly success and spiritual fulfillment, and that when you live a life of authenticity, you inspire others to do the same. His story encourages us all to pursue our dreams without compromising our integrity, to embrace our faith fully and without fear, and to recognize that our true purpose lies not in what we achieve externally, but in how we live according to our values and beliefs. In the end, Denzel Washington's journey has left a lasting legacy, showing us that faith, integrity, and purpose are not just ideals to be admired, but principles to live by. His life stands as a testament to the power of authenticity and the importance of staying true to one's beliefs, no matter where the journey takes you.